Hey people, Gadi Adelman here with another out-of-the-box review. I, like many of you, carry on a daily basis. And recently I did an article and video on the belt that I'm wearing, this everyday carry belt. And I actually like this belt so much that I have been using it as my own daily carry belt every single day. But I just got this in the mail, so what I want to do is a side-by-side comparison. This belt is from the EDC Belt Company, and there's a few differences between the two belts, so we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. This is the foundation belt from EDC, or the Everyday Carry Belt Company. Now, I want to start out by saying, and this is extremely important, do not order it according to your belt size. I am not a 32. You have to go to the website and look, and it tells you in a chart, depending on what size belt you wear, they then send you the proper belt because it accommodates both an inside the waistband as well as outside the waistband carry. Now, the reason I have two belts sitting here, and you can see the other one here, is because I had reviewed this belt not that long ago, and I wanted to be fair and do a side-by-side comparison. So they're both 1.5 inches wide, and they're both made out of reinforced nylon. I want to show you the main difference here between these two belts. And that's going to be the buckle. And this is really, really, really interesting, because when you put this belt together like you would any other using this type of buckle where you go in and out of it, even before you attach it to the Velcro, it's tight. But once you attach this to the Velcro, you have a zero profile. And I mean zero profile. It just is so comfortable. I wore this all day yesterday, and it amazed me the difference between this belt and this one. And I thought that this was the greatest thing since sliced bread, except for one problem. It tends to want to flip up like it's doing here. It doesn't want to sit flat like that. It actually will constantly sit this way so that it pokes out, and it actually is annoying. Especially if you're in a seated position. If you're in a car, it tends to bind and bunch up. I did not have that issue with the EDC belt from the EDC Belt Company. Now, they're both, as I said, nylon. Whereas the first one of the things that I thought was great when I first got it was how stiff it was. And it's stiff all the way around, because what they've done is they've actually put a piece of plastic all the way around the entire belt, making it stiffer. But as you can see, when you put the Velcro on, you then have 3 layers of nylon that you have to get your weapon holster over. And I had to wear it the other way around. And there were 2 reasons for that. Number one was getting this piece through the belt buckle was difficult. So I had to go in backwards and wear this, what would be upside down. The other reason is I couldn't get my holster that I use, which has these metal clips that clip over the belt, would not go over this material because it was so thick. So I had to wear it the other way around. But nonetheless, I did. But then that did not allow me to carry an extra magazine, because my magazine holder also has that same type of metal clip. I did not have that issue with this belt. Even though this belt is double the thickness, and where it meets, because it's not one size fits all, it doesn't come into the area where the holster clip is, and it allows me to wear it normally, clip my holster on without an issue, and clip my extra magazine on the other side. So you have all that going for it. But here's the interesting thing. This is double reinforced as well, only without the plastic. But it is so thick, it is just the same as the first belt that I reviewed, but this one, it doesn't go all the way around. So what you have is you have an area, and I'm going to try and get this in camera. You have an area from here to here, which is without that reinforcement. And that gives you a lot more comfortability, if that's such a word. It's so much more comfortable being able to move and flex with you in the middle of your back, as opposed to it being stiff and rigid all the way around. Now, it is a double taper cut. It's made with 5 rows of stitching, and it'll conform to whatever you're wearing. I don't care if you have just the holster, if you've got a holster and a magazine holster just like I do, it's going to do it, and it's going to just be able to be rigid enough but yet comfortable enough that you can wear this all day long and it is not going to be an issue. Getting it through the belt loops is not an issue because you don't have that big buckle like you do on that first one that I reviewed. So I did check with the manufacturer because I am really big on the fact that items are made in America. And not only is this belt made in America, these are actually handmade one at a time in Oklahoma. So, and the price is a little bit better. These range from $45 to $49.99 depending on the size you need. And again, they are made to fit. So you want to make sure you go to that chart and put in what your actual belt size is so that they can send you the proper size. But they are available at concealedcarry.com, and because it is a long address after that, because they have so many different products there on their website, I'm going to put it in the notes below the video here. So again, 1.5 inches double nylon, 5 stitches to hold it together. And the nice thing, like I said, is that it only runs in the area of your belt. The double rigidness only runs in an area where you're going to holster either your weapon, if you're a cross draw, your magazine, it doesn't matter. Inside the waistband, outside the waistband. This definitely is a much better belt, and what I really love is this buckle, because this thing is not going anywhere. I don't care how much you pull on it, and like I said, even without the Velcro, this thing is just latched. But it's easy on, easy off. It just slips right in. I'd like to do that on the camera. There we go. It slips through, and you can just Velcro it anywhere you want, so you don't need to worry about having, you know, like you would in a leather belt where you have the holes and you have to line it up and hope that it fits properly. You can adjust this as needed. If you have a big meal like I do and you want to loosen it a little bit, go for it. You don't have to take it off. You don't have to undo a buckle. This is just so much easier and so much more comfortable. I am definitely going to switch, and this is going to be my new everyday carry belt. Can't say enough about it. The foundation belt from the EDC Belt Company, 1.5 inches, nylon, fantastic, made in America, by hand. And like I said, I will put in the notes under the video the address for you to go and grab one. $45 to $49.99 depending on what size you need. Fantastic. And like I've said in other videos, you choose your weapon carefully. You choose your holster carefully. You need to make sure that you are wearing a proper belt so that if, God forbid, you ever need to draw that weapon, you know that it's going to be there, it's held in the proper place, and yet it's comfortable if, like me, you're going to wear it all day. Okay, so as I pointed out in the previous part, I had trouble carrying my extra magazine on that other belt because I was going over a triple layer of nylon as opposed to just a double layer. Here I have no problem getting that metal clip over it. And as you can tell, you know, obviously it holds the weight of the weapon, no problem. What I like about this one, as pointed out earlier, is the low profile belt buckle. So, you know, pros and cons, again, yes, the other belt buckle had the 2 push buttons, but as I showed you, it tends to not sit properly and it's not comfortable. This is extremely low profile, and heck, the only thing sticking out now is my microphone cable. So yeah, 2 thumbs up for this. I think I just found myself a new EDC belt by the EDC Belt Company. I'm going to put the address for you guys to find it and purchase it down on the bottom of the video. So look for that. Get over to concealedcarry.com, and that's where you can pick yours up. And until next time, as usual, I've got your 6, and we'll see you at the range.